Okay, some of these stats were for guys playing for Miami, and some played on the scout team that represented Bethune-Cookman. So Rozier played quarterback. He took every snap for Miami. He was 18 of 22, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then these three played for the scout team. We had Nkosi was 6 of 16 for 57, two interceptions. Weldon was 3 for 8, 15 yards and a pick. And Augie DiBiase was 1 of 3 for 6 yards. And they all, again, played for Bethune-Cookman. Rushing, Walton was 7 carries for 60 yards, 2 touchdowns. Homer was 3 carries, 17 yards. Burns played for the scout team. He was 3 carries, 12 yards. That was kind of his first action. Looked pretty good. Rozier had 4 carries for 7 yards. Atkins for Bethune group was 4 carries, 5 yards. And then Gray had 3 carries minus 4. Okay, receiving, Thomas played a good bit, had 6 catches, 115 yards and a touchdown. Barrios didn't participate today. He's had a little bit of a groin strain. We wanted to give him some rest. Cager had 3 catches for 30 and a touchdown, and these guys played for Miami. Langham had 3 catches for 29, and he played for Miami. Curry had 2 catches for 20. He played for Bethune. Marshall Few had 2 catches, 17 yards. Palindi, 2 catches, 14 yards. Those guys were for Bethune-Cookman. Herndon was 2 for 6, and Harley was 1 for 17 for Miami. The defensive stats, I think everybody played on Miami here. Moten had 4 tackles, 3 tackles for loss and a sack. Mike Jackson had 3 tackles, an interception, 2 pass breakups. Joe Jackson had 2 tackles and a sack. Harris had 2 tackles and a sack. And then we had Knowles had a tackle and a pick. Thomas Chad had a tackle, it was a sack. McIntosh had a tackle, it was a sack. And then Malik Young had an interception as well. And then McLeod blocked a punt. So we had a blocked punt, 3 turnovers, which was nice. The game started out in the third quarter down 24-0. We were trying to track down Bethune, and those guys really played well. As a matter of fact, we had some really quality players that played for the scout team today, and they did a really nice job. The D-line must have batted down 3 or 4 balls and put pressure on the quarterback pretty good. But anyway, we were down 24-0, and in the end, it ended up being 33-24. So defense got a bunch of stops. Defense had 2 turnovers. We had a special teams block kick. And then, offense was hot and cold. They either went right down the field and scored or had a little struggle here and there. Nothing bad. Now, I will say 2 things. One, it was torrential downpour to start out. And then it cleared up a little bit like it is now by the time we were finished. And then also, we did not tackle to the ground anybody. We thud on the whole team because I just felt like everybody, we've learned what we need to learn about our players. There's more about transitioning from offense to kicking and kicking to defense and defense to kicking and even, pregame warm-up. And then, when you give the other team a lead, it does put you in situations that you have to think and decide, what would I do in this situation? There was a 4th down after we took the lead. We were only up by 2. There was a 4th down and less than a yard on right around the 40 going in, and we could have punted, tried to pooch it in there. It's like maybe 2 minutes to go in the game, 2.5. But we knew if we get one more first down, we're going to win. So we put our big unit in, put our heavy, too tight kind of thing in there. And we ran the ball for 4th and 1. So if we get the first down, game's over. As it turned out, we broke it open for a long touchdown run. But if we got stopped at that moment, defense has got a short field to defend, and they're in field goal range. So, would we have really done that in the game or not? I mean, if you have a lot of faith in the play, then you call it. If you're a little concerned, then you try to punt them down and give them a long field. So a lot of those types of situations came up.
With Malik Rozier, you mentioned obviously had good stats, but how happy were you with how he ran things and how he did a lot?
I mean, he did well. He missed a couple. We dropped a couple. We had a couple batted down. It wasn't like there's just inconsistencies in the passing game, and really we probably had a couple runs that Mark would have broke. But when you say it's stud and somebody gets close and kind of reaches out and tags him, you call him down. When in reality, I mean, our running game would have been much stronger today, in my opinion, if we would have tackled, because Mark tends to break tackles, especially somebody just trying to grab him with one arm. But you know, so I felt like we might have needed to throw it just to get the yardage necessary. But it was good. We got some third and short, some third medium, some third long, some red zone, 2-point play situation. We were down by I think we were down by 9, and we decided to go for no. We were down. We had a situation. If we went for 2, we'd have been down by 3 because we were trying to chase him at that point. If we don't go for 2, we need a touchdown anyway. If we go for 2 and make it, then we only need a field goal to tie. So we went for 2. Ended up not making it, but thankfully we came back and scored another touchdown. And then, like I said, the last touchdown was just trying to finish the game, kind of get one more first down, take a knee, and it just popped. It popped for a touchdown.
You mentioned that you scored out of that heavy package. That's maybe a part of a little bit of your concern, that kind of double.
Yeah, what are we going to do in short yardage? But we just decided to. I mean, like anybody in America, 2 tight ends and a receiver, and.
You see improvement in that package, that setup though?
Well, it was good that moment. We'll watch the tape. And hopefully hopefully it happened like you want it to happen. Everybody got a hat on. Everybody got a little movement. The back found a crease. And, I mean, sometimes a defender just goes in the wrong gap and you score because of that. So I'm hoping it was because we executed rather than the defense messed up.
Mark, all the points that you spotted Bethune before the scrimmage began, is that all the points they scored? Did they score any?
No, they didn't score. Yeah, it was 33-24 final.
What did you see from Jeff Thomas in particular today, and do you feel like he's past his hamstring?
I don't know. At the end, we took him out just to. We'd seen enough and didn't want to put him in a situation. You could see his talent, but you could see he's not still sure of what to do. And I don't know if he had more of a problem with what to do, but more maybe of how to do it. There's a route or two that he probably didn't take the proper angle. If he takes a better angle, we may score instead of catch it and fall down kind of thing. I think just at least one time I know for sure. But we want all those guys to get ready to play.
His yardage is making guys miss.
I'm sorry.
Was his yardage like making guys miss?
No, it was just more hitting him on the move in space.
How about Robert Burns? Just did you see that he's
more
comfortable?
I was on the other sideline. The play was on the far side, but I saw at least one time him carrying it, and looked like he was sticking it in there pretty good, and he came out.
How about Kendrick Norton? Did he play today?
I don't think so.
Is he okay? Or?
Yeah, he's fine. He had an ankle. We're just trying to be careful with.
And Casey?
Casey ended up playing. Yeah,
assuming you held him on.
Mon's not. I don't even know. He's going to be questionable for game 1, in my opinion. But I don't know what we've even tried at this point. So, I mean, if he's healthy, he'll play, and if he's not, we won't play.
And Sheriffs? Sheriffs, did you mention Sheriffs?
Yeah, Sheriffs didn't get in. He was the number 2 quarterback for Miami, and we never got in position, to put him in. I wanted the number 1 quarterback to live through trying to. It wasn't until very late in the game that we put it away. Even the last drive, like I said, it was what you would call a 4-minute drive. We're trying to milk the clock in the game, and that's when we broke it out because I think we were only up by 2 at that point. So in a game, I would not have subbed a second-team QB at that point.
You feel like you escaped without any major injuries, anything like that?
Yeah, and that's why we went thud. We were trying to stay healthy and safe, and even like a guy like Walton, if we'd have gone live, he might have got 1 series, get out. But since we didn't do that, he was able to play longer, and I think that was good for everybody.
Thanks, guys. Even though it was, did you see a little bit of now that there's focusing on another team, there's team
I saw.
Did you see the energy?
I saw it on the Bethune-Cookman sideline because they're the guys with the chip on their shoulder this day.
Gotcha.
They're the ones that remember a year ago they beat us and just had a big celebration. Plus, I made sure they got steak and lobster one day later on, and the guys that were on Miami had to eat beans and weenies, you know, type of thing. But and then Walton, he remembered that. It's like, well, do we get the good meal?
The good meal.
I said no.
They did what they were
You're
supposed
supposed to win. So anyway, that's good to see everybody.
Thank you.